The average person clicks a link 600 times every single day, and in the fraction of a second between that click and the page appearing, something extraordinary happens, something that involves your device, servers on the other side of the planet, a system that translates names into numbers, and a protocol invented in 1989. And it all happens before you even notice the page is loading. Today we are going inside that click, step by step. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what your browser does the moment you click and why it happens so fast. Okay, you click a link. Let's say it goes to wikipedia.org. Your browser's first problem? It has no idea where wikipedia.org actually is. The internet doesn't work with names, it works with numbers. Every single device connected to the internet has a unique address called an IP address, something like 208.80.154.224. Wikipedia.org is just a human-friendly name for one of those numbers. So your browser's first job is to find out what is the IP address for this name. To do that, it contacts something called a DNS server. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Think of it as the internet's phone book. You give it a name, wikipedia.org. It gives you back the number 208.80.154.224. This lookup happens in milliseconds, and your device actually caches, meaning it remembers recently visited addresses, so it doesn't have to look up the same name twice. So step 1, DNS Lookup. Name gets converted to a number. Your browser now knows where to go. Now your browser knows the IP address, but knowing where the server is and actually talking to it are two different things. Your browser sends what's called an HTTP request, or these days, HTTPS. The S stands for secure. Think of this request like a very formal letter. It says, "Hello, I am a browser. I am at this address and I would like the homepage of wikipedia.org, please." That letter travels from your device, through your router, through your internet service provider, across undersea cables if necessary, and arrives at Wikipedia's server. Here's the part that makes your brain hurt a little. That request doesn't travel as one piece. It gets broken into small chunks called packets. Each packet takes its own route across the internet. They might travel through completely different countries, and they reassemble at the destination. All of this in under 100 milliseconds for nearby servers. Wikipedia's server receives your request. It looks up what you asked for, the homepage, and it sends back a response. That response contains 3 types of files. HTML, this is the structure. The skeleton of the page, it tells the browser, there's a heading here, a paragraph there, an image in this corner. CSS, this is the styling. The clothes on the skeleton, it says, make that heading blue, give this section a white background, use this font. JavaScript, this is the behavior, the muscles. It makes things interactive, buttons that respond, menus that open, content that updates without reloading. Your browser receives all 3 and it starts building the page you see, assembling the structure, applying the styles, running the scripts. This process is called rendering, and your browser does it so fast that by the time your eye moves from the link to the screen, the page is already there. One more thing worth knowing. For big websites, there isn't just one server sitting somewhere waiting for your request. There's a network of servers spread across the entire world. This is called a CDN, a content delivery network. When you request a page, you're connecting to the nearest server, which might be in Mumbai or Singapore or Frankfurt. This is why YouTube loads just as fast in Chennai as it does in San Francisco. So why does any of this matter? Because the next time a website loads slowly, you'll know exactly which step is dragging. Is it the DNS lookup, the server response, the rendering? Because if you ever build anything for the internet, a portfolio, a product, a blog, you will understand why a fast server, clean code, and a CDN aren't just technical details. They're the difference between someone staying on your page and leaving. And because the internet feels like magic right up until the moment you understand it, then it feels like the most elegant piece of engineering humanity has ever built. DNS lookup, HTTP request, server response, rendering, CDN. That's what happens in the fraction of a second between your click and the page appearing. Next week, what actually happens when you send a WhatsApp message? Because that's a whole other story. Subscribe, because your smart friend just got a YouTube channel.